So what type of reaction have you been getting from your docuseries?
As people are having to isolate themselves more and more and more, you almost don't know what's happening in the world except what's happening on your news feed. But we're all reading national news feeds, and it sounds horrifying. Again, we don't like doing this part of the day. 176,000 cases in the United States yesterday, now 205,000. Increase of almost 30,000 cases overnight in the United States. Deaths yesterday, this was midday yesterday, about the same time, 3,400. Now 4,516. We have crossed the threshold of over 1,000 Americans per day are dying from COVID-19. The first thing I need to say is good job to the people of the community that are watching and spreading this message around. We want to grow our audience as much as we can so we can spread this message of mitigation and to do testing on people that are ill as appropriate so we can find and isolate positive COVID-19 cases in our county. We want to be the best county in the country by the time this is all done and over with. In a part of those efforts, good work from the community as well. We filmed an interview this morning with Fox35 Orlando, Ocala that should be airing this evening. By the time our video is up, it will have already been aired. Yeah, unless Trump has a press conference during our segment and he cuts into our airtime. Let's hope not. All right. So that was a great thing to do that interview. We are looking to do more. Still looking for Wesh 2 News. Haven't heard. Let's get them on board with us so we can spread this message. We have test kits. We are ordering more test kits and we are doing testing. Don't hesitate to call. Phone number. Other homework I assigned to the viewers was to help us find testing sites. So we've done a good job, you've done a good job, and then I was actually in touch with Mark Lander. Again, he's the top official at the Marion County Health Department. He texted me this morning and we exchanged a little bit back and forth. So here's what we have right now, the most current information for testing sites. Of course, Trinity Clinic is a testing site. Also, a reminder from yesterday, Rainbow River Medical, doing a fantastic job out on the west end of the county. Please use them if you're on the west end and you may need to be tested. Very good work. Other clinics that are doing testing in the county, Heart of Florida, that's in the Marion Oaks location. Langley as well. The health department themselves and Ocala Fire Rescue are also doing testing. We're going to get more information about how you could go about getting tested by Ocala Fire Rescue. Also, Express Care of Bellevue is doing testing, and Lakeview Medical in Summerfield is doing testing, but I believe only if you're a patient of Lakeview Medical. We're going to compile this list and have it rolling day by day so we can be fully aware of all the facilities in our county that's doing testing. The last thing I wanted to discuss for today is our Marion County curve that we're going to be tracking. So we do have better information than we had before, and so it turns out Advent Hospital has around 425 beds, and ORMC and West Marion combined have about 475 beds. So we're roughly 900 beds. Plus we know about the Advent expansion, which is approximately 100 beds. We're going to work on getting hard numbers on that. So we're at about 1,000, plus the other rooms that hospitals have that they don't normally use as hospital beds. Things like operating rooms, etc., might expand the capacity to another additional 100 beds or so. And so that does get us right around that 1,100 number mark that we estimated for total beds in our county. We're going to be drawing a nice graph here tomorrow to get a very good visual look at where we stand as we approach capacity and what kind of capacity that we have, at least with the effort of understanding how close we're getting or how good of a job that we're doing in our county flattening the curve, which is what we want to do. We're thinking local. We cannot control what's happening around the world with COVID. We cannot control what's happening in the United States with COVID. And there are some horrifying things that we're all reading about. What we can control is our local community and our city And so that's what we're going to focus on to keep our numbers as low as possible. So this was a great day. We're going to continue the hard work. Appreciate everybody watching, and let's see what happened on this gorgeous Wednesday. Thank you. I don't know if anybody knew this because I didn't know it, but there exists a pandemic plan for our county that was written in 2008, anticipating specifically a viral pandemic and what the response for the county was going to be. So if you could get with the Emergency Operations Center at the Marion County Sheriff's Office, I don't know who the contact is going to be for that, but I would love a copy of the pandemic plan. I spoke to the woman last night on the phone who wrote the medical and hospital part of this plan. She's a retired nurse now. She's not working anymore, but it was an interesting call. So I didn't even know this existed, but we're in a state of emergency in the county as of yesterday or the day before, something like that.
They declared it.
Yeah, just within a couple of days. And once that becomes active and we're in a state of emergency, then they start to go to this plan, this pandemic plan. So let's get a copy of the pandemic plan for our county.
Will do.
Good luck with that.
Got it.
They're gonna have to dust that off out of the storage bin probably, but here we are using it. This is like a 1,000-page document or something. It's huge. So we might only be able to get just the healthcare part or the medical part.
Okay.
So, but that's what we want to see. We want to see what that is. What's going on out here? That's so funny.
She's just holding that laughter.
So I have Ricky in the car. Oh my God, he goes, I like your outfit. He's like, with your do-rag on, you look sharp. And then he goes, I saw Dr. Kuhn in his skinny jeans. I was like, I'm telling him. He's like,
He may have seen somebody else.
he's like,
Maybe my legs are getting thicker. Finally.
The whole thing.
I was like,
Are you sick?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about that. Spray it down first. Ooh. Spray me.
Spraying.
Spray me. Spray me. Spray me. What?
Down. And then again.
This is just a box of pap kits or something.
Kits.
Oh, flu kits?
Yeah.
Oh,
Spray. You didn't spray the top, man.
I think I did.
No,
I thought this is, oh, that's flu kits. I thought this was our IgM finger stick test, but,
no.
oh yeah, that's next week.
Yes.
Never mind, cut. Hey,
hi, how are you?
you don't have a fever, do you?
No, I don't. Oh my gosh, hi. No, I don't.
Oh yeah, I got a crew too.
How many patients have you treated with symptoms so far?
So at this point now, the way that we're doing it is we're creating a watch list, and then we have our PUI list. So the PUI, the person under investigation list, those are people that we've actually tested, and we're waiting on results. We've gotten 5 results back so far. Those are all negative, thankfully. However, we're searching for anybody in the county who is sick because we want to get them tested and isolated early while we're still in this mitigation phase.
This thing is like actually hard to hold.
Oh, you need to rest your arms is what you need to do.
I want to make sure you look good. That's the.
Who's the boom operator around here? We started to document our journey about 2.5 weeks ago. That was just a few days after the president declared the national emergency. We knew it would be impacting our area, and so we wanted to get as far ahead of this thing as we could. So we're about, about 18 days in now.
You're a character. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It makes it easier, my job easier.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been talking this for 2 weeks, so.
So, what type of reaction have you been getting from your docuseries?
The videos that we're documenting is giving comfort to people in a time of great uncertainty and high anxiety. As people are having to isolate themselves more and more and more, you almost don't know what's happening in the world except what's happening on your news feed. But we're all reading national news feeds, and it sounds horrifying what's happening around the country and around the world. So I'm encouraging people to think more local, our city, our county. Let's control what we can control which is our immediate environment. So that's why our efforts are local, county, city. We're going to continue doing this daily documentary series all the way through this entire pandemic. We're going to see it through all the way to the end.
Can you talk to me a little bit more about your donations that you're trying to take?
The Trinity Clinic is a donation site for Ocala and Marion County. We're going to be distributing that equipment that we get to local hospitals and clinics that are in need. We're looking for N95 masks, respirators, or really any kind of face mask that we can get our hands on. Face shields are absolutely essential as well because this virus is aerosolized and we don't want anything splashing in healthcare workers' eyes. We're also looking for gowns and gloves, even hand sanitizer and toilet paper, but we're all looking for toilet paper.
We are all.
I suppose you'll have to cut that last one out. I just can't be serious about this.
So your tests, are you running out of tests?
Yeah, so we've done, how many have we done? We've done 13 tests, 12 tests now, but our watch list is growing. We're up to about 40 people that we're watching closely, so that's a daily update that we're getting from the people that are on our watch list or people that we've already done the testing on. We're expecting the next, something like 1 to 3 weeks, the need for testing is gonna go up high, so we're working hard to acquire as many kits as we can. I've got them here, you can see what it looks like if you wanna see what a kit looks like, but I showed this in a couple of the videos that we've done. This is an example of what a LabCorp test kit looks like. You got to make sure, look, she's getting her hair ready. She's going to be on camera too. Hey, what's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica. Okay, from Fox35,
Yeah.
which serves what?
Orlando, but we also cover this area in part of Gainesville. So,
Yeah, okay, so our area.
Yeah, our area, yeah.
So thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Fox35 News.
This has been so much easier than I thought it was going to be. So I didn't know. I never know.
I was going to bring lunch too, but I didn't have time. Hey, do we have any results back on anybody? I'm looking for 5, 6, 7.
JP and I looked this morning.
Look, this morning, still nothing back. What day did we do number 5? What day did we test them?
The 26th.
26th was Thursday?
Yes, last Thursday.
Okay, so, well, yeah, it's Wednesday.
5 and 6 were done on the 26th.
So any minute, should be any minute.
I do have 2 patients I added this morning. The one I called you about yesterday was admitted to Advent with pneumonia, but they're possibly going to do a COVID test on him if you want to follow up.
Yeah.
And then number 21, her daughter called and said she was admitted. They are doing the COVID test. She was so sick she could not walk. She had to go by ambulance. This one here.
Yeah, well, I'm certainly worried about her and him
Yes,
because
so-
they're almost 80 or in their 80s.
Yes, when
I
they're
knew this one was going to be admitted.
Yeah.
When we heard what his status was yesterday, we didn't have a choice because he is very sick. All right, and they're going to COVID swab in the hospital. I guarantee they'll COVID swab both of them.
She definitely already had it done for her daughter. Her daughter has actually
Yep.
isolated herself
Okay,
from the world.
good.
So suggested if you wanted to call it. And then
All right, yeah.
I spoke with him this morning. He said he didn't know if they were going to do that yet, but he was admitted with pneumonia. He said in quotes, pneumonia.
Okay,
So,
well, this is one of those times when we hope it's just pneumonia and not viral COVID pneumonia. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to get with them. Yeah, this is going to be PUI. This is going to be PUI now, number 13. So they're gowning up outside right now. Let's go do her history and questionnaire. See how she's feeling. We got results on somebody?
Yep, I'm getting you your PUI number, somebody. PUI number 6.
This is the first from LabCorp though,
Is that your first live one?
right? This is our first LabCorp result.
Yeah.
Negative. We just got results for PUI 6.
PUI 6?
PUI 6 is negative. He was pretty sick too.
Yeah.
So we'll have a check-in on him and let him know that he's negative. And then can you doctor that so we can put that up on our Wall of Fame, all negatives. I'm looking for positives. I don't want positives, but if they're out there, I want to find them. We also need to just get status on the testing sites list. If you look at our video that we posted last night, there's already comments, local clinics that are doing COVID testing.
Okay.
So if you could just reach out to the ones that we're hearing from people in the community and just get a yes, no, we are doing testing, we aren't.
Okay.
And is it a we'll test anybody kind of thing, or we'll only test our own patients?
Gotcha.
So we'll start to compile that as just a running list.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that. That's it. Also.
Hey.
Yes.
I have an update on PUI number 7. I
7.
just got off the phone with her. She still has a really bad cough. Really can't talk much. It just keeps going. Results are still not in. She doesn't have a fever anymore. So that's improvement. I told her, I was like, I know it doesn't feel like it, but no fever. That's a good sign.
That is a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right,
I'm
well,
going to send that in right now for
hopefully
her.
she's on the mend.
Right.
And hopefully she's negative.
I hope so, but that cough, it's real dry, kind of deep sounding, and it's...
Most importantly, is she still isolating?
Yes.
Good girl.
Yes.
Isolate, 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 isolate.
She didn't have a fever, so we just told her we put her on the watch list as well.
Okay, so this is the way every clinic should be doing this in Marion County and around the country. So many people are going into the hospital and urgent cares, and they're really sick, and they maybe want to get tested, and what does the hospital say? We're not testing you because you don't meet criteria, you're not 65, and then they go home. And there's nobody monitoring, there's nobody watching their status, there's nobody making sure that they're isolating. So this exercise that we're doing of keeping track of this whole watch list and these PUIs and making sure that they stay isolated, because we can't test everybody, but we sure as hell can isolate everybody.
Right.
Until they get better. Okay, so this is how we do it. We keep track closely. Every clinic should be. The closer track you keep of the people that are sick and keeping them isolated, the better mitigation result. Right, Deb?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. All right, update me on PUIs then.
And I'll call the daughter of 21 before I leave to see if they got the results.
Okay, yeah, very good. Tatiana, let's grow our watch list. We need to find everybody in the county that's sick, and we're gonna track them every day. There's only 350,000, so
Only.
you guys can handle probably like 100,000 watch list, can't you?
I feel like we do already.
Right? We're close enough. A few more won't hurt. Thanks, DK.
Thank you, Tatiana.
Different direction.
What, some lady?
Yeah, she called and she said, no symptoms, none. Oh, but you guys are advertising free testing. And I said, yes, I can put you on. Now, have you come into contact with anybody? No.
I just want to get tested.
I just want to get tested.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
We can't just test anybody. Let's be clear. We're not going to just test anybody, but very symptomatic people we are. And if we add you to the watch list or to get you tested, then you're going to be isolated. So be smart about it, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I heard the story. It's a scary thing, isn't it? That you may have been exposed to coronavirus, huh? Everybody's feeling it, just like you, the same. You strike me as a person who, when you live your life as a man, you're a protector in your life. Would you say that to be true? Being a protector like you are and feeling somewhat out of control or powerless to fight this thing that we can't see creates a significant amount of uncertainty, does it not? So it doesn't mean that we don't be concerned, because we are. It doesn't mean we don't want to protect the people around us and the people that we love, because we do. But now is the time for you to double down on your efforts to maximize your own health. Number one, more important than anything else, the emotional response that you're having inside yourself, just like I am and just like all of us are. You'll have to vent that emotional kind of energy that you build up inside as much as is necessary. We scream, we cry, we hit a punching bag, we do whatever it takes to vent it out. That's healthy, and do it as often as you need to. Get your body and your immune system prepared for any infection that it may have to fight. Don't forget that you control much more about this than you realize. Don't be scared of it. Know that you can fight it and your body will fight it. Hey, listen, if you start to develop any symptoms whatsoever, you be sure you call us and let us know, okay? All right, very good. I appreciate you. If you need anything, like I said, you let us know. You take care of yourself.
Thank you, doctor.
All right. Okay, so as we're closing out this Wednesday and the number of Americans that are losing their life every day to this, over 1,000 Americans lost their life to COVID yesterday, and that's only increasing. We could be losing 3,000 Americans per day. This is unlike anything we've ever faced. You know, the world is closing down around us. Anxiety and fear have never been as high as it's been now. Now is the time when we need each other the most. Now is the time when we have to come together the most. We have to comfort each other, we have to care for each other, we have to be understanding that all of us are having a different experience with dealing with this pandemic. There are those of us that are working harder than we usually work. There are those of us that are risking our lives, healthcare workers who normally don't have to do things like that. Millions and millions of us have lost our jobs, work, the security that we all need to feel, basic human need. We're not getting the help, the supplies, and the kits that we need, and we're hearing about how this is going, and that only adds to the anxiety of the healthcare workers that are caring for these sick people. We have to keep fighting for Marion County so we can keep our cases as low as possible. Let's close out this Wednesday afternoon with well wishes for everybody that's in the fight around the country and around the world. We're all thinking of you. We're all praying for you. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. We'll see you tomorrow.